In sex, the mind is almost a more powerful tool than the physical itself. In fact, the best aphrodisiac is often the imagination. There are many people who fantasize about having the most varied sexual experiences, in impossible positions, in unlikely places, and with men and women who awaken the most primal instincts of the human being. But, what are the most common fantasies among women? And among men? Are both sexes aroused by the same thoughts? The truth is that, when it comes to imagining, the male and female sex are not so different. And we do not say it. Researchers from the Department of Psychology at the University of Quebec, Canada, set out to analyze the sexual fantasies that men and women dream about in order to identify the rarest and most unusual behaviors, as well as the most typical and common ones in common mortals. The results were published some time ago in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, in one of the few studies on sexual health that have addressed the issue. To carry out this peculiar study, the researchers asked a total of 1,516 Canadian men and women, most of them between the ages of 20 and 40, what they fantasized about. What things did they imagine? Participants responded to an online survey with 55 different possible scenarios and used a scale to rate the intensity of each fantasy. Although it is true that the subjects do not represent a culturally diverse sample, the X-ray that the study traces is most surprising. Thus, for example, the most common and repeated sexual fantasy among women, 84.9%, has to do with having sex in a romantic place. Then, in order of preference, women dream of having sex in strange or unusual places, 81.7%. Of participating in an experience in which they receive oral sex, 78.5%, of giving fellatio to a man, 72.1%, and with being masturbated by their partner, 71.4%. According to the work carried out by this group of Canadian psychologists, women also fantasize about practicing the noble art of onanism on their partner, 68.1%, sleeping with someone other than their boyfriend/husband, 66.3%. With being sexually dominated, 64.6%, with having sex in public, 57.3%, and with participating in orgies with more than 3 people, men and women, 56.5%. And the men? Do they dream of things very different from women? To a certain extent. Because among the 10 most common sexual fantasies for men, there are 5 that also occupy the minds of women. However, they do not do so in the same order. Thus, their most recurring fantasy is having oral sex, 87.6%. Then having a threesome with 2 women, 84.5%, having sex with someone other than your partner, 83.4%. Having a torrid relationship in an unexpected place, 82.3%. And seeing 2 women have sex, 82.1%. But it does not stop here. Men also often dream of ejaculating on their partner, 80.4%, of having sex in a romantic place, 78.4%, of performing oral sex on a woman, 78.1%, of being masturbated by their partner, 76.4%, and, finally, having an orgy with more than 3 women, 75.3%. In short, sexual fantasies are a normal and healthy part of many people's sexual lives. They can be a safe and exciting way to experience new things, improve couples' intimacy and communication, and increase sexual desire. But it's also important to remember that sexual fantasies shouldn't be a way to escape reality or become an obsession. Talking openly with your partner about your fantasies can be a positive way to improve your sex life together. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe for more exciting content. We reached the end of the video. Remember, if you like the content, follow me and activate the notification bell.